So,
listen to Mr.
my
Bennett.
name, if y'all don't know already, my name's Bennett. I'm going to be presenting on my business policy for the company I currently work for, Perfect Game. I'm presenting the scheduling policy on the company that I currently work for. So let's get started. So now, what is the policy on scheduling that for the company that I work for? Basically, what this policy does is that it provides the employees to schedule their own work schedule, basically. So what you get to do is you get to basically open up a calendar in our Connect Team app, and you get to select each day individually down to the hours of what exactly you want to work. And with this, you will be able to just ease up your schedule. It makes it a lot easier for teenagers. And the cool thing about this is due every Wednesday at 9 a.m. So it's a very repetitive schedule, which makes it very easy. So getting to my next point of the pros I'm talking about. There's a lot of good things about this. It provides a lot of freedom for teenagers like myself, and especially student athletes. And what this does, it lets student athletes being able to work. And personally, as a student athlete, I was able to work and still perform well in my sport, as I was able to basically work on the weekends and then practice and do games during the weekdays with my high school. So it provides that opening so I can still go work and make money on the side while still basically perform well in my sport, which is a good thing for everybody to go get a job, and it helps me learn basics of a job while also enjoying my life as a high school student. Which also goes into it's teaching teenagers how to just schedule, be responsible, and have just the reminders in life. Just be like, hey, you got work on this day, even though we got school, we got all this, we have so much stuff going on. But at the end of the day, you got work, and you got to remember to schedule that, and you got to remember, okay, now I can work, now I can't work. So it teaches a lot of stuff to the employee or student athlete, in my case. And my third reason for this is that it teaches you, or it lets you have freedom. It lets you choose exactly down the hours, which means you could put on the notes part of this scheduling, and you could select from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. I would like to work, and that is the only time you are able to work. You cannot get scheduled any other hours. Those are the only hours you're able to work, and that's about all the pros I could say about it. But I mean, it makes it so much easier for student athletes like myself to work and still enjoy their life and not get swarmed by work and not be too stressed out with everything in life. Now, to get into the minor cons about this is how I put 3 cons up there, but they're really not that bad things I would like to say. The only bad thing I would say, but you get used to really quickly, is the work hours. You usually are working a 6 to an 8 hour shift outside, which it sounds bad. It really wasn't that bad, but it teaches, like I said, it teaches you a lot. Teaches you work ethic and long work hours, which you will end up be working when you're an adult and whatnot. So it teaches a good foundation for working in the future. And the next thing is the distance. So for where I lived in Katy, Texas, I would have to end up driving to Tomball, Texas, or down to Rosenberg, or down to the 610 loop to go just all these different baseball complexes, and have to go basically score games and manage complexes and do just baseball tasks around the day. And that, it's not bad, but at the end of the day, gas adds up and does all that. So it's just an external cost that you have to take into consideration. But to argue against that, our boss does offer gas money and just different types of ways to fund for that, just because she does know, and she does take into consideration that driving around all of Houston does add up, and most of the people would like to have some gas money, because who doesn't like gas money? Let's be honest. And the third reason is getting started. The presentation's a little messed up. I apologize, but the third part is getting started, because at first it was a little scary. I will be honest, but at the same time, the community around it and all the other coworkers that I'm around, they're all very open to answer questions, and they're open to help you out with this working the day and working the system and working whatever it may be. But yeah, that goes into my conclusion for the day, which basically just talks about how this policy teaches responsibility, it teaches freedom, or not teaches freedom, it gives you freedom to work and still live your life, but also work and make money on the side and go play your sport, go hang out with friends. It's the best of both worlds, is how I like to put it. And it gives, like I said already, it gives student athletes opportunity to work while playing sports, which is number one thing. There's not a lot of student athletes that I know that are working, but this job has provided a lot of them too. And I know most of my coworkers are student athletes, which is a pro, which is another great thing. Let's these not just me, but like we have like over 200 employees with Perfect Game, and majority of them are student athletes, which is a very good thing. And like I said, this just teaches athletes how to work a job, which not a lot of athletes do work a job, which this helps them learn that while also playing a sport. And this teaches a job, which everyone's going to work a job at some point in their life, and it's better to learn earlier than not at all. That being said, thank you all for listening.